Right when I was stepping out, the world shut down.
All of a sudden, it was just like, what am I gonna do? They're working hard, they're working multiple jobs, they want health insurance, they want to own a house in the future. It's all the things that everybody wants and every generation has ever wanted.
You turn on Instagram and you see someone that looks like your older brother getting shot on a camera. It's crippling.
Every year at this age, it feels like if I don't get things started now, I won't be successful in the future.
Students have always struggled with their mental health. When you no longer have any social interactions to keep you going, it gets even worse. I've always struggled with depression, especially throughout college, and I think being alone, feeling guilty definitely just strains it even more. I lost a lot of my opportunities because of coronavirus. I do know 3 people that have taken their life the past few months just because of this situation. I'm just lucky to not be living in the same room with other people. I would have had to go back home, quarantine somewhere else, and unknowingly gave it to a lot more people.
I'm definitely starting to panic and read self-help books and like career guidance books and try to like feel productive. It's really hard at this age to not feel like you're growing at all.
Yeah.
Or changing.
Every year at this age, it feels like if I don't get things started now, I won't be successful in the future. And that's really scary when there's not much to be productive about right now.
A lot of people our age, a lot of our friends, don't want to go back to their parents. They don't want to rely on their parents.
Most of them, seeing people move home for the first time.
Yeah.
In huge numbers, and that's just like not
out of necessity and out being responsible, you know. But it's miserable. Nobody wants to do that. We all take pride in, you know, being independent. So I think that's really a last resort.
I typically don't show up in this type of way and speak this candidly about my struggles, right? I try to be very intentional, again, with showing all of the positivity that comes along with being an African-American, cisgender, queer man. It's extremely difficult. There's a lot happening in the world right now. Everything from race relations to navigating the economy to being hyper-focused on things happening with this election really has the world kind of running at hyper speed. Instagram and you see someone that looks like your older brother getting shot on a camera, when you go into your Facebook chat and the first thing you see is a message about how Breonna Taylor hasn't received justice and those are the highlights of your day, it's crippling. So I'm going through this quarantine alone. And I'm really, really leaning into all of the virtual platforms to stay connected with my very close friends and family.
And at first, I'm sure it sounded like this really silly idea of like playing video games. But we're just gonna play video games, and then drilling it down into the therapeutic value of it and how we can connect and how can we make this confidential and how can we make this secure. One of the things that this pandemic did is that it made the inevitable things of tomorrow be something that we have to consider today. So this is our front desk. And normally you would check in and the youth know the setup. They come in and they say, hey, I'm here to see Braulio. And so then they have a seat. They all conspired and they built secret tunnels because they really wanted to connect. We're struggling with this concept of how do we connect with each other and how can we be in a community with each other. And so kids are very innovative, and they will figure it out that connection is everything and community is everything.
I've always used friends and family as an outlet to feel better. And it's unfortunate that you aren't able to hang out in large situations. I know this is a situation that's going to be happening for a few years. I don't know what's going to happen next. We'll have to see.